What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to Changing the Narrative. As you guys can see, I am at work. So let's get right into it. So today currently is Saturday. I believe May, like 25th, I believe. So I just want to talk about how last week went and update you guys. So this past week, unfortunately, we ended the week red again. However, this whole week we did not trade. So Monday and Friday were the only days I traded. No, sorry about that. No, Monday and Friday were actually the only days I traded. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I did not trade because those days were super slow. There was no volatility, no news. Just one of those weeks where it's actually genuinely a bad week. The trade that I took Monday was a pretty unfortunate loss. And then Fridays, I would honestly say it's a mixed emotions, right? Because the first trade that I took ended up stopping me out, and it wasn't that it was a bad trade. It was more that we had already gone down to an extreme trend, to deep discount and the extreme of the range. So in those type of trades, to me, I already understand that they might not always go my way just because of the expansion, and it didn't go my way. However, then we entered off the higher time frame, which was the 15-minute fair value gap, where I missed the exact entry I wanted. I didn't chase, but price continued going lower. I entered and unfortunately got stopped out break even. However, if I would have entered exactly where my entry was, I literally missed it by 2 seconds. Probably like 10-15 seconds actually. We would have hit TP and we would have been done for the day, because I'm only allowed to take 2 trades per day, right? And because I ended up break even, I said, you know what, let's go for it again. My setup appeared again and I ended up being stopped out. So because of that, I was down 2 L's for Friday. Both of them, in all honesty, they were good trades. However, because I had missed the proper entry for my break-even trade, I ended the day red. Now, was I mad about it in the moment? In all honesty, in the moment, I was a tad bit upset, especially because it feels like I've been showing up, but I have not been rewarded just yet for my, for just continuing to stay consistent, disciplined, and determined, But, like I mentioned in the previous video, last week I did not study. This week, I have honestly, these last 2 days, 3 days actually, I've studied a lot. But here's what I realized, right? And this is why sometimes trying to rush the process, this is why it doesn't go the way you want it to go. I realized that, yes, when I was rushing my back testing, I was profitable. However, I was like, why is that, right? And it's simply because of this. Kind of hard to explain, but I was tapping so fast that I was just looking for what I like to see, not combining everything. So what I did was this. I created a guide for myself of the things that I do. I like to do this, then from this, then it's this. I slowed everything down and really focused on my model. Like really focused on my model. I focused on support and resistance. I focused on liquidity pools as the draw. I focused on protected highs, protected lows on the 1 hour. I used that 1 hour range to find my dealing range. And once I found that dealing range, I determined the bias, and once I determined the bias, I found PD arrays that are in confluence with the bias, right? And then I went down to the lower time frame, 5 to 15 minute time frame, specifically the 5 minute, to wait for price um, to break structure off a protected high, in confluence with my bias, right? And by slowing down, it has created, and by slowing down and creating this game plan, it has already put me in a place where I'm like, okay, I know the steps now. I wrote them down. I know what I need to look for, and I know what I don't like. What I also did was I incorporated another page where I wrote down specific scenarios that hardly come about, but when they come about, I know what to do. For instance, one of them was the 1 hour fair value gap mitigation. At first, I didn't know what exactly to do, but after further evaluation, once it mitigates the 1 hour fair value gap, I wait for a 1 minute market structure shift, but then it must give me a 5 minute fair value gap in order for me to short. It must. So I use that. I use some other things, some other ones where it's that I need the break of structure. I need a confirmed break of structure. Like for example, if we're bearish and we're making lower lows and lower highs, and we're already bearish on the 5 minute. However, I'm expecting a new creation of a new range. If we sweep the low but don't close below the low, then I am not looking to short, even if it creates a 5 minute fair value gap, even if the trend is already bearish, because I need to see the breaks of structure. I'm following structure, right? So I've incorporated things that I was confused about and back testing it, but again, slowing down when it came to back testing. And I think because of that, I really do believe this is what's going to set us apart. At first it was like, okay, where do I find the proper entries, or where do I find that proper thing? And I found it. It's 2-point reactions from any of the zones. Now it's about incorporating the proper analysis, right? So I believe this upcoming week I will have one of my most profitable weeks for sure. And I think this is a very great start to what has been manifesting itself, right? I know that I'm as good as I say I am. I know that I'm a better trader than it shows, right? This upcoming week, I'm going to be focusing on being disciplined, and being awake before market open. This last week, in all honesty, it was not my best boat. However, I don't need to be awake 2 hours before the market. I don't need that. I just need a good hour, 30 minutes to an hour to be awake prior to market open. So that's what I'm going to be incorporating. I'm going to be waking up now. So I mean, I've been, but now I'm going to be waking up at 5:30. I'll be waking up at 5:30, an hour before open, and going from there, right? Aside from that, guys, everything else is great. Everything else is good. I completed my Daniel fast, came up short a couple days, but I'm not mad about it. I definitely do feel better. The fatigue, the brain fog is gone. Now the plan is just to enjoy summer, but limit my outdoor food intake and just eat more fruits and more vegetables. And yeah, aside from that, I mean, there's just so much things going on, guys, but like as you guys see, I'm at work, so I can't really think of much right now. But yeah, I mean, everything is good. Everything is going on track. Allah is the perfect planner. Yahweh is the perfect planner. And I believe that based on what I've created the last 3 days, and based on the stats that I have given myself, I firmly am a believer that this is going to be what sets me apart. I've created something that, in all honesty, I've never seen a trader trade like this. The way that I trade, the way that I think, has been created because of me. I am the creator of the way that I trade. I use ICT concepts. I use support and resistance. But in terms of an entry model, that is all me. One day, soon, once I find my consistency, I will have disciples of my own. I will have students of my own, and I will show them how to trade just like me. I'm excited. The moment that I find my profitability and I'm consistent for at least 6 months, I will be creating a pamphlet, a book, probably a Google page, right? The Google Doc, if you will, to really teach you guys how to trade and how I trade, right? So I'm excited. I do believe that this is it. And I've said that many times, but as God has it, there's always room for improvement, you know? But I do believe that this is where we make the biggest jump of our lives. And I'm ready for it. I've become extremely dedicated to my craft, determined, disciplined, consistent, hardworking, passionate. I know that I can do it, and I know that I will. I used to want to be able to have this in a way so I could flex, but that is not me anymore. Understanding the purpose that God has given me and incorporating it into my goals is something that has made me feel at peace. Once we start making money, I will obviously get the things that I want and become successful. But it's not the success necessarily that I'm looking for. It's the difference that I will create into people's lives, which is going to be in terms of trading and in terms of giving back to my community, having food drives, toy drives, and opening up this soccer store with my friend Isaac, and one day creating a league. So you guys are watching my origin story. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for your love. Thank you guys for the support. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.